Morning guys, welcome back to another video. Today I want to address something during this video that I get asked quite a lot. One of the most asked questions that I get in comments and DMs is, as an introverted person, how do I take street photography? And I appreciate where that comes from. So when I started doing photography, I was the same. I was very introverted, I was very reserved, I felt a bit anxious and a bit, I don't want to say stressed, but some of the situations I thought would be quite stressful weren't actually stressful. So in today's video, I want to talk about how I overcame that and how you can try things that will help you overcome it. I don't want to say that you can overcome it because everyone is different, but I want to give you some tips and pointers to help you get to that point. So as I do navigate this video today, I am going to be taking some photos at the same time. So I will be stopping in between the advice to take some photos like the one on the screen. I'm at some crazy settings. So let's go f5.6 ISO 100, and we're going to go 320 per second. We are at 16mm. I do have a CPL on the front, a polarizer on the front of the camera, along with my own DIY mist filter, which I did a video about recently. So, what are some of the things that you can do to overcome those anxious moments? One of the things I did, and I can only speak from my experience, and these may or may not help you, I can't categorically say they will, but when I first started, the biggest, I would say, anxiety for me was feeling worried that people are judging me. So the way that I overcame that was I used to put headphones in and kind of get lost in the music while taking photos and kind of ignoring what's going on around me. It helped at the beginning, but then I realized that I was getting a bit too distracted by the music and not actually focusing on the photos I was trying to take. So it's a good temporary step in the door, but I don't think necessarily it is 100% what you should always do, because it's good to have surroundings. You hear noises, you hear things going on, and you're more integrated with the shots that you're taking. That being said, I know that it works for some people, others more than some. Sorry, I'm just getting a reflection shot while thinking about what I'm saying. So let's go spot focus, move the spot focus around, get nice and close to this water. There's someone walking through, and we'll just get them walking through the frame. Meh, it's alright. It's not too bad. It's the king himself. Sorry, I'm gonna have to put you in the video. He's actually wearing headphones. I was just talking about people wearing headphones doing photography, because when I was starting and I was finding it really difficult, headphones helped me to stay focused and do what I'm doing.
There's two ways about it. I can see both sides of the argument. So on one hand, you need to be able to hear where you are.
Yeah.
And you can also hear a shot before you actually
That's what I was just saying. Yeah, that's why I stopped doing.
So you might walk down the street and hear something going on, and oh shit, what's happening there?
Yeah.
For me though, if it's music, and specific music like chill out, like music, that kind of stuff, it just relaxes me, and I'm in my own world, and I can like focus.
Sick.
Whereas if I don't have them, like I can hear a noise, and I can just
where you want to shoot. Yeah.
So it does help me focus, especially on my own, but it's only because I'm familiar with London.
Yeah.
If I'm somewhere for the first time, I would not do this. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Because you don't know the sounds, you don't understand.
For those that don't know who this is Roman Fox, who is, I would arguably say, one of the best street photographers, postcard photographers in the world. But yeah, honestly, like, this isn't set up. This is just great meetings.
I've been following him all week.
Oh yeah, in the back. How are you, man? How are you? Sorry. So basically, just in front of me, there's this lovely kind of like shadow that's casting on the wall as people walk past. But they have to be quite close to the wall to be able to get the photo. This is actually a good segue into telephoto or more punched in lenses. So it was, of course, great to bump into Roman Fox. So If you don't follow Roman, I do suggest that you go and check out some of his work after this video, because I do like what he does. I like his photos. Now, one of the ways you can combat anxiety when being out in the streets is you can use a telephoto lens, or let's say a 7200 or a 35-150 or an 85mm or 105 or anything in that realm. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because, sorry, I'm just popping you down. The reason I'm saying that is because you can be further away from your subject instead of having to be like super close. This is a 16-28, so even at 28, you're having to get quite personal and quite close to the subject you're trying to photograph. Whereas with 85 or 70 or anything that's more punched in, more compressed, you can be further away from your subject, so you're in a less vulnerable situation. At least that's how I see it. So when I was starting out, 85mm was kind of my jam, was like the thing that I loved so much, because I could be further away from my subject while still getting the photo that I wanted. I was actually waiting to see if we can get maybe a panning shot or something through here, but no one was showing up. And over the years, walking around the streets, getting photos, doing different things, I've been able to grow my confidence and be more comfortable with wider photography. So maybe it's a case that you would find it easier starting out with, you know, a telephoto lens or something like that, or 85. I do think 85 is kind of like a cheat code anyway, because personally, it's my favorite lens to use for street photography. And if you're wanting something easy to use, then you should try an 85. The flip side to that is that you could go the other way, because if you're using a telephoto or a bigger camera with a bigger lens, you're going to be more obvious to people around you. So this is quite a big setup. What you could do is go down the compact route. So you could be using something like an X100V or a Rioche, I can't remember the name of them, but they're smaller compact cameras, or even your phone, your mobile phone. That way you're going to be more subtle, because you look around, there's thousands of people just on their phone. So if you are worried about being too obvious, then a phone is an easy way to go. Obviously the quality won't be the same as using a big professional camera like this, but the likes of an X100V or X106 or another compact system that's smaller than this, even this with like a pancake lens, is fairly small and less obvious. That way you're going to be more discreet and people aren't going to obviously see you taking photos in the street. On that note of being discreet and using a compact system, another way for you to feel more comfortable is photographing in busy areas. Now, I fully understand how contradictory that sounds, but by shooting in a busy area, for example this, which is Bank, there is a lot of people taking photos, a lot of people on their phone, a lot of people going from place to place, which means they're definitely not going to be focusing on what you are doing. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but if you go to a busier area, you'll end up feeling more confident in the long run because you're able to take photos and not have that attention. If you're in a quieter spot, you know, down one quiet street, you'll end up waiting for, let's say, one person to walk into that composition, and it's a very intimate environment, so you're opening up yourself for those types of interactions that are going to make you feel negative or anxious. There's two police horses up here, which actually looks pretty cool. Not nice to capture. It's actually a really cool environment. This is what I'm looking at. So 28mm. So I'll move on to my final point. the number one way of overcoming any fear or anxiety is by doing the thing that makes you anxious. So putting yourself in that situation is going to help you get better at dealing with that situation. And I understand the hypocrisy in that, because it makes you don't feel like doing it, which I appreciate. I've been there. But by doing it, by actually showing up and trying, you'll find yourself getting better in those situations. I hope this has helped, at least a little bit, for those that have been struggling with it. But don't worry, it's not just you, it's all of us. I think all street photographers are somewhat introverted in different ways. Even me. You know, I do meetups, I talk in front of hundreds of people, but I still, some days, get anxious about shooting street photography. So take some comfort in that and know that you're not alone and that we're all in the same boat. Go out, create, have fun, and hopefully you'll get some great photos. If you do, you can use the hashtag Opticalwander over on Instagram, where you can show me the content you're creating and in turn inspire others, because at the end of every video, I go and have a look at that hashtag, which we're going to go and do now. So the hashtag Opticalwander, let's have a look. Instagram has changed the way that it shows the hashtag. So it might not be the best, but we'll do our best. Okay, so type in Opticalwander and it'll show me all the people that have used that hashtag. Hashtag, it's up to 855,000 posts now, which is pretty insane. That's cool, like that, love the motion shot. Let's do a bit of that's a cool car photo, love the colors. And what else? Scrolling down, I like the use of text in this. I like the graphics, which is very nice. Is that from the same dude? Is that the same guy, or is it a different person? They just like the NWs. I think it's different. Let's do a bit of a scroll. I like the colours in this, the night hazy vibe, which is nice. Let's keep going down, we'll do what? 2 more? Let's do 2 more. And we'll go with this, like that. Nice action shot showing the steam coming out of the vents. And we'll do this one here, as that's actually really sick. That's really cool. That first opening shot is really sick. I like that a lot. If you do want to get featured on this channel, you can use the hashtag Opticalwander in your Instagram posts, and you might get featured, you might not. If you have enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. There's a lot more videos coming, and hopefully the plan going forward is to do more community events, etc. So if you're subscribed, you'll see that in the community feed, etc. So subscribe, notification bell on, so you get notified when I upload. And if you have any suggestions of other ways people can get over being introverted or anxious about going out and doing photography, please put them down in the comments. This isn't a one trick. This is how it's going to fix your anxiety about doing street photography. But I've had a lot of people ask that question, and I wanted to address it because it's a great style of photography, and I enjoy doing it. I enjoy walking around and taking some photos of different locations. With all that being said, create more, stress less, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, love, go shoot.